Well, I made this video in pieces throughout the day, so it's probably not as coherent, but it might be a little bit more interesting. Not a lot of editing, but some, and you know, so it is what it is. Moving on. Well, it's the modern mystic's contention that we're really not an I. We're not an individual. There isn't something here in here that says do this, do that. I would first argue that even if there was such a thing, that thing would have to have a brain. That thing would have to have programming. Programming's just a part of intelligence. There can't be intelligence without it. It's sort of the inevitability. It wouldn't be intelligence if it was random and spontaneous and, you know, demanding and authoritative without any deliberation. Because intelligence requires deliberation. Intelligence requires comparison. That's what intelligence is. And it is comparing ideas and thoughts until you find the right combination, until the right ones win. And I'd also add that time is important. How much time you spend thinking, that'll decide how much intelligence you might be able to apply to a circumstance or a decision. Obviously, the longer, the better. And that's always something to keep in mind also, is that this isn't just static. It's every second it does change. With every input, with every bit of intelligence you grind, you will create new intelligence or a new product, a more refined product, hopefully, a better product. Sometimes not, but usually yes. So, in the when everything is said and done, I don't see the point in making this distinction, this separation between I and the collective programming, the lizard brain, the ape brain, and the intelligent, cultured, civilized human brain collectively constitute me. And I don't see any point in calling me a brain, or brain number 53, or brain Gary. I can call me me, myself. I'm unique. I have a personality. I'm independent. There's no direct connection between me and anything else. There's certainly a direct connection between me and my experience that sort of educated me, that gave me the capacity to have intelligence. Another element to this would be common sense. You talk of intelligence like it is this block, and I would contend that there are these basic facts, and people have to be accountable for ignoring them. No common sense. That's really inexcusable. There's really no point in having intelligence if you're going to ignore the basics. I thought it important to emphasize that I do understand that we are just programming. I mean, we are just what we run across in our lifespan. The stuff we are exposed to. We can't know what we haven't had an opportunity to see or to read or to in some way absorb. But as I say and continue to say, life is understanding, and the intelligence to know how to live a good life is really simple intelligence, not complicated. Really isn't. Not killing people, not a complicated idea. Not stealing from people, not a complicated idea. Not doing all kinds of lying and cheating. It's just not complicated. And we can take responsibility for not realizing how uncomplicated it is. Our obligation to intelligence really is a top 100 fact. We really have to appreciate that we have this extra intelligence, this extra capacity to understand, to perceive the world more accurately, and we have to do more thinking. We have to spend more time thinking about what we're doing and why we're doing it, understand our own internal thinking process, our own prejudices and preferences, and also better understand the world around us. Take the time to figure out the right political solutions and such. I mean, they just don't fall out of the sky. You have to actually think. Well, summarizing what we have so far, the first fact is there's no God, no divine creator, no intelligent creation, no purposeful creation. The second fact is related to that in that physics is in control. Crude forces have no compassion, no intelligence, no understanding, no appreciation, nothing. Nothing that doesn't grow out of crude substrate. And the third fact was, I have to think for a minute, what was the third one? Don't remember? Well, the fourth one was that, oh yeah, the third one was equality. That we are effectively equal, you know, that a broken leg for one of us is the same as a broken leg for another one of us, basically. I mean, suffering is suffering, and it doesn't really matter who endures it. Just the only thing that matters is that it is endured. And the, now I'm getting too many. Now the fourth one, is that, you know, yeah, that suffering is an evil. I mean, evil is the wrong word, but it is the fundamental negative in the universe that all positive is made out of replacing, compensating for. It is really the root of all purpose, is the reduction of deprivation, the reduction of suffering, the reduction of unpleasantness, discomfort, ugliness, unhappiness. That's the true good, the only real good. That doesn't have to be added, but you know. And then we have covered here the basic that intelligence, we have an obligation to it, that it is a thing that needs feeding, and we have a responsibility to feed it. There's no point in having it if we're not going to use it effectively. If it's just going to be a hammer, then we might as well not have it. We want it to be an electron microscope. We want it to be as powerful as we can make it. As I figure I'll be editing this video anyway, I just thought I would add for clarification that yeah, I'm not saying there is an I that's making decisions inside the brain. There obviously is not an I. We are the process of the programming, and the programming makes the decision. And the programming in essence does weight what the priorities are. But that programming is constantly updatable. We can constantly modify it through the way we think and how we think. And there's no real getting around the fact that you know, there is this logical process that takes place with intelligence, and that you balance different solutions, different answers to questions, and you in essence side based on those. And this is the part that is the common sense. This is the part that we must be accountable for. We must be accountable for this last vestige of control, which is our thinking mind, the one we're the most conscious of, the one that has those direct thoughts running through it. And there's no getting around that. So, I mean, we can't call it an I, if we can't call it us, it doesn't really matter. The end product is us. The end product is an I. And there can be accountability for that. It is not entirely the responsibility of environment. I mean, it just seems obvious that, yes, environment, you need the exposure to ideas to be able to formulate an intelligence, to create one. You have to have these seeds of knowledge. But once the seeds exist, it seems a choice of your own devotion to logic, your own devotion to intelligence itself, whether or not you let intelligence do what it does naturally, which is find the truth, or whether you deny the intelligence and rationalize and create excuses for yourself. And that can be judged, I think. I think it is reasonable to judge people based on the rationalizations they choose.